to Tragic Love Songs to Study 2 Volume 5 by Duckboy. This is a fairly short one, only 12 minutes and 49 seconds. I don't know if it's actually an EP or a full album, but people in the comments said this was an album. And the reason we're doing this rather than a Kanye album, because I do want to go back and do the College Dropout, is that quite frankly, I'm handing in my bachelor's thesis in 6 days, and I don't have the time to sit down for like 2.5 hours to do a recording session. So we're gonna do this for hopefully a little bit shorter one, and I say we should just get right into it, starting with shrugging emoji. I don't know what to expect, but I think this is Scrim from Suicide Boys. Got a phone call. Is this what the beginning of Save Your Last Goodbye by Disturbed?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Almost the same intro as to Save Your Last Goodbye.
559 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Oh yeah.
So shrugging emoji is obviously an S. I mean, there's no music there. It's just the framing of the album. What? Gotta turn that down a little bit. Okay. I love the pick scratches. Oh, and the drums are going. The toms specifically. Okay, I was expecting hip hop. Okay. That's like punk vocal. All right. I absolutely love this already. This is not what I expected at all. Let's go back and listen to this intro a little bit more. So we were going from just phone call and then just go straight into this breakdown. So the way you do that chicka chicka, that sound. I don't have my guitar plugged in, so I can't actually like play it for you so you can hear it. But the way you do it is fairly simple. There are several places on the guitar. This, I'm assuming, is done up here by the 2nd and 3rd fret, where if you just hover your finger over it and you scratch, you can do like a... I don't know if the guitar's or the microphone's picking it up. And then you get that chicka chicka. You get that high-pitched sound over the scratching noise. It's done in a lot of metal and rock songs as well. The most prominent example is probably Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. So that's how you do that. Mixed with... And this is what you call a breakdown. So it's like a drop in metal, I guess. Love those toms. And you have a plucked bass that's playing like the same driving rhythm as the tom. And then we have a very simple melody like that's playing over the top with obviously, and then the vocals on top over that. The vocals are very punk-esque. Like that's fucking like on Mr. Brightside. I guess that's more emo, right? But it's emo punk, that type of vocal. Alright, I'm excited about this. This is not what I expected at all. Alright. And we're doing an arpeggio. So something that Duckboy, I think it's Scrim. I'm just gonna say Scrim. I think it's Scrim. If it's not, correct me, please. I'm not gonna say Scrim in case it is. And I'm gonna say Duckboy. Retract that. Something that he does here that I think is really cool. That's like a fundamental thing you learn as you try to write songs. Is that like functionally any like two pieces of music, if they are in the same key and in the same BPM or like the same beat per minute, they can function next to each other. The question is how you create these like almost narrative hooks. It's obviously not narrative hooks, but right, but like sonic hooks to like flow in between them. See if you can spot the like sonic hook that he used here. I'll shut up. So in your left ear, if you didn't hear, there he's playing these arpeggios. Arpeggios like repeated patterns going up and down a scale or like a chord or something, right, on a guitar. And in your left ear, he's playing an arpeggio, playing the same one in the right ear, except in the left, in the end there, it starts slipping and he's just moving up really quickly on the neck. Mixed with like a again, that in and of itself just prepares you because it creates a little bit of tension and that then can be released into this chorus. I'm assuming it's a chorus. That is very punk. Like, this is The Killers, The Offspring, Fall Out Boy mixed into. Ooh, listen to that bass. And then with a hint of like, I don't know, like periphery. He can really scream. That's fucking tight, dude. All right, are we going into guitar solo? All right. Muted power chords with downstroke. Wow. Okay, so something he does here, I think, this is my first time hearing, and I'm just trying to pick this apart as I listen to it. But I think what he's doing here, right, is if you listen to the beginning of this section, just go in here. Also, I should have noticed this before, but alright, I noticed it, I just didn't say it. I love how many layers of things that are like stacked on top of each other to the point of it almost becoming too much, but it still sounds coherent. With like the chorus here. So notice, just pay attention to this, and see if you can tell. Why do you think this works? Play it again. The reason I think that this works and it doesn't feel jaunted to like go from the to this is because the bass isn't really changing all that much. The bass is sitting there in the middle and it's carrying us through. It is a train on which we are the passenger and Duckboy is taking us on a fucking ride. This is great, great music. And this is like, ironically, what I was criticizing uicideBoy for not doing in the last song I heard of them, Duckboy is doing right here. He's changing the texture of the sound repeatedly and continuously to keep us interested and keep us hooked. That's what like makes music exciting. That's what makes music fun. That's why it's great pastime. It's almost like Avenged Sevenfold beat. And then straight into like The Offspring, Jimmy Eat's World, pop punk. I love the chords stacked on each other as well. Alright. Yo! That was a good, nice time change. What? Oh, that's a weird groove. Listen to those drums. It's like do da do da. That's fairly similar, right? But then it goes into like that part. That's like dun 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 dun. It's just fun, jagged rhythm. All right. Going into a chorus or an interlude. We have tapping in your left ear. You can tell it's tapping, by the way, because of like how much he moves up and down the neck and like how quickly he's doing it. And also you can hear the like sound of him using his finger to tap. Alright, now one more chorus and it's fucking holy. I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean this is Suicide Boys? Or it's not, but like, it's the guy from Suicide Boys. Oh. And then we go back into that fucking breakdown. Wow. Rogaro. I've become the monster. That is a fucking S tier song. As a matter of fact, I will add that straight onto my good shit playlist. That was fantastic. That was so good. What? Alright. We're gonna go into Where You At, Duckboy. Duckboy. And it's less than a minute long. Okay.
Call me back when you're done with that, okay? Alright, I love you. Okay.
So this seems more like a hip-hop beat.
Adi, I don't know what kind of voice, like, thing that was. I didn't really understand what you said, but are you back in town yet? You should come over.
With several phone calls over. And it's a mixture of very low kick, clap, now a hi-hat, a bass, and like a synth. That's it. Keep it simple. But I'm not gonna rate this because it's an intermission. Alright, XL Hadron Collider. What's with the fucking metalcore riffing? I'm sorry? Is it 2008? That's such a weird riff. It's very like I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I'm interrupting this. We will hear it in its entirety, but like tell me that isn't fucking doesn't that sound how similar do you think that sounds to this riff? Listen to this. I'll play the riff through. That is the quintessential sound of early 2000s metalcore, right? And then we go from that and we listen to this. Can you see what I mean? Fuck, man! I was not expecting this at all. I thought y'all had... You can't sing, man. Roll. That's such a weird combo. He's doing something here in the production that I really like as well. Try and listen. I hope you're wearing the headphones. If you aren't, go fucking find some, man. Listen to this. On your left ear, you have the riff. On your right ear, you have sustained chords. So when you wear headphones, it becomes one whole. Right ear chord. And they're not the same chords, but they complement each other. That's such a good transition. Wow. Wow. Such a fun rhythm. And he's doing that thing that I've talked about previously, where he's leaving things out of the rhythm to create the rhythm. He's not adding things, he's removing them. It's a much more like subtle way of writing songs. And here he's building on the riff he did earlier. He's doing like slides with the power chords. Da 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 da. That's cool. And we have a lead section again. Nice. This is good. This is good, man. And remember what I said previously. The thing that combines and the thing that makes songs work together is the like sonic hooks that you set up. The sonic hooks that like thread the needle of the song. We have this upbeat, somewhat chaotic part. How do you tie this into the next? You extend it. You extend it like that with like a sustained note, and notice he's both singing and playing the guitar over it, and it's the same note. Is that so? That was off pitch. But you know. Fuck yeah, man. That's tight. We got some screams as well and some growls. Such a weird combo. Wow. He really is like a Ooh. Alright, so we're doing a So that, what you're hearing here when it's moving down. I'll point it out. That. Don't know. That like little movement there. I think that's a minor second, but I'm not great with my pitch. But what it sounds like to me is he's doing like a, I think it's called like bond interval, where he just moves one like half step down per thing. That's a good question. Who is gonna clean this mess? Damn. Damn, man. Ooh. Tight, man. That's fucking tight, dude. And notice here, we're building tension, right? And there are like 3 different things that's building the tension here. There's the fact that he's speeding up with his rhythm, like of his voice. I think that builds some sort of tension, right? Then there's the melodic element of you have these chords that are laying so close together. I don't know if they're using minor seconds, but I think they are. That's what it sounds like to me. Or something close at least, mixed with the lead guitar that's creating like some dissonance, and then the fact that we're like creating an like intentionally jagged rhythm by constantly stopping everything for like a millisecond. All those things converge to dissonance, and dissonance is great when you want to build to something. So I'm excited to see what we're building to. This is so... Oh my god. There's also like a little bit of like Panic at the Disco over the melody choices. And we're going back into this with the lead. I would like to hear a guitar solo, but I guess the songs are so short that might not work. Yeah, XXL Hadron Collider. I mean, you know, that's an S. It's weird. I didn't rate Where You At, Duckboy, because again, it's like an intermission. It doesn't feel right to rate it because it's not meant to be its own thing. But this was just fantastic. Yeah. I've also noticed that we've been going for 20 minutes already, and this, My Love Needs a Lobotomy, seems to be going very hard at the beginning. We've been going for 20 minutes, and we've listened to maybe like 5, 6, 7 minutes of music so far. So, next song is called My Love Life Needs a Lobotomy. A lobotomy, for those who don't know, is an old and very barbaric, but not that old, because we did it in the Western world up until not long ago, procedure where you take people who are typically mentally ill in some way, and you would, this is gonna get graphic, so skip ahead like 30 seconds, a minute-ish for me to, if you want to skip this, but you take like an ice pick or something along those lines, like a large, like elongated metal object, and you would push it up through like the eye, I believe. Yeah, it was in like the ocular region to sever. I think it's a connection between the orbitofrontal cortex, which is part of cortex, means like the outer layer of the brain, that is sitting right between the eyes here, which would make people who were previously maybe like very hostile or like hysterical much more like relaxed, for lack of a better word. But obviously, don't do that. It also had a bunch of really horrible like results, and it's not something I've been thinking of talking about on my channel. But I'm very into neuroscience, and my degree is in psychology, but I am pursuing a master's degree in neuroscience and neuropsychology, and I'm writing my bachelor's thesis primarily using neuroscience and neuropsychology. So if you all want some video on neuroscience, I guess I can make that at some point. Alright. That's tight. So, movement. One of the most like fundamental things in music. Why does this create movement? Where do you find the movement in this? One big chord, and you have the bass. So this is almost like a reversal of the roles many people associate with bass and guitar. Usually people think, and it's fair enough, that the bass is supposed to be like playing second fiddle or to be supportive of the guitar. But here the bass is actually doing the opposite. The guitar is just playing one note that's opening up this wide ass space, and then the bass is playing almost like doing like a call response. It's not doing a call response, but it's playing in that open space with the voice, which creates this feeling of movement, an otherwise static feel. And we have a pig, not scratch, what's it called? The thing you do where you drag your pig over the guitar strings. That. Oh yeah. Look it up. Blast beat? Is what that rhythm is called. That's fun. But very fun, but I don't understand why it was that short. So like B plus? A? We're doing Where Ya At, Duckboy? Again, but this one is a little longer.
Hey, Tim Adi.
Still a phone call.
Trying to figure out what's up with getting this thing signed.
Now, will there be more music over this? He wonders.
In a little bit, heading out to LA. But everybody is, I think, waiting just on you because, you know, we made those changes.
I can't really tell what he's saying, though.
So hit me if you can. Thanks.
Adi, it's Brian Freedom. Call me back, dog. 985. Adi, it's Brian. Call me back, dog.
Adi, it's Eric Goodyear. Hey, man. Brian's playing me this shit I've been working on. It's really good.
Okay. This feels like lounge music. Very inoffensive. Which, you know, is fine. But also very inevocative. I mean, it works. I guess it works for that feeling of like creating that feeling of like not dissonance, but like weird loneliness, I guess, because it's just so many phone calls or like phone, like what are they called, like answering machines specifically. All right, last song. After further reasoning, I'm going to bed. I would do it, but it's really fucking warm in Denmark right now, and I can't eat. All right. see what you got. Very pop punk. Wait, what's that in the back? There's something in the background there. Yeah. You hear it? There's a lead guitar. It's just very, very low in the mix. It's actually a really interesting choice. Because it's getting louder now. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to pause again. I'm just pausing like sporadically at this point. But like, it's an interesting choice, I think, to have the guitar that, again, usually is like very much in the center of these types of songs. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it is very much like second place currently behind his voice because we have the rhythm guitar. But the lead guitar usually doesn't just add just texture. It usually adds melodic context, right? And it doesn't do that here. It just adds texture, which is a nice thought, I guess. It's a nice way to use it. I've never really tried that myself, but I might try and incorporate that in my own writing. Like here. Oh, and now we're getting into it actually playing more melodic role. Do you notice that, like, the chord progression there? Isn't that the same one we had earlier? Listen to that. Not this. I jumped a little bit too far back. Here. Almost the same. That's up. Down. 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 Oh, back up. I think that's the same chord progression we had earlier where I was like, is that a Bond progression? This is very much dance music. But like, for cool people. No, for metalheads. Rock fans. That's fun. So I don't know if you remember in the last song I think it was, I talked about blast beats. Blast beats is a way of playing drums where you go like you just go ham, but specifically you go ham with like playing the snare and the whatchamacallit, the hi-hat. That is almost doing that, but with every instrument. Listen to this. And imagine it's just a drum kit. Everything is playing that same rhythm there. It's fun. Oh. Yeah, that is definitely the same chord progression as earlier. What? That is such a weird choice, but it works. It keeps it interesting. Damn. Will you bring flowers to my grave? Yeah. I mean... And then we do this in the end. To end it off? Sure. Wow. Okay. So that was Tragic Love Songs to Study To, Volume 5. Yeah, this is much more my speed. After further reasoning, I'm going to bet it's gonna get like a solid A+. It would probably have gotten an S if it was a little bit more different, but it was like, it's kind of cool to have a callback, but also when the album is 12 minutes long, it doesn't really make much sense to have callbacks, in my opinion. Or at least not to have that obvious callbacks. This is cool. This is great. Much more my speed than a lot of other stuff we do on the channel. Not that I don't enjoy the other music, but this is much more familiar to me. Again, I'm a metalhead. I've been a metalhead for like 15 years. I'm going to Copenhagen, a Copen festival, a metal festival in Copenhagen for the 7th time this summer. I'm actually going to see The Offspring and Avenged Sevenfold, 2 artists that I've talked about in this video. And this is definitely a sound I'm much more familiar with. It's also just cool to see that one of the guys from uicideBoy, whether it's Scream or the other one, can do this stuff as well, because it's just such a different way to write music. But it definitely also, like, I guess further, like, elucidates why uicideBoy sounds the way that it does when he's clearly musically inspired by stuff like this. In general, I'm gonna give this album like a solid S, honestly. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near this good. And the reason I think it's gonna get an S is because it's so short. It's very short, sweet, and to the point, and it doesn't run into the issue that other uicideBoy's music does for me, which is that it's great for like a song or two, or maybe even 5 songs, but after that, it just currently just feels like it kind of becomes very samey. And this would have gotten samey if there were like 5 more songs like this, but it didn't. There wasn't. He's showing restraint, and that in of itself is a skill that's really impressive, I think. But yeah, S tier. Great album. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and give me some more suggestions, because this is super fun. And then I just hope that you have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.